Is this bourbon really the envy of the angels? Let's find out.
I'm a complete beginner looking to improve my palate and learn more about bourbon, so come along with me.
For the past 2 weeks, I've been drinking this new Riff bourbon, which is 4 years aged, and it's 100 proof, and it's really good. We'll do a taste of that in a minute. Let's go ahead and open up this Angel's Envy. This is something I've always wanted to try, and it's not really too expensive of a bourbon. It was about, I think, $40, maybe a little more, but it's supposed to be really, really good. And this is actually finished in port wine barrels. So it's regular bourbon, done like regular bourbon, with new oak barrels. But then it's finished in port wine barrels. And so that's kind of very interesting. It's a Kentucky bourbon. It's 86.6 proof, and really, I think the Henderson family is kind of started this company, and I think there's still Hendersons working there. So it's sort of a family tradition. So we'll go ahead and give that a try. We're going to go ahead and let that breathe for a minute. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and try this new Riff. And this is Kentucky Straight, and it's, I think it's a blend of bourbon. No, it's distilled, aged, and bottled by New Riff Distilling in Newport, Kentucky. So it is a new riff on an old tradition, as they say. So, and this is a sour mash, so when they're doing the distilling, they hold back some of the mash from one run to the next, so that kind of keeps that standardization, helps them keep it really consistent. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Smell. And it really does have that corn sweetness. And a little vanilla. And the taste that I get, and be getting more and more from drinking it, is getting caramel and toasted pecans. I know some bourbons give off kind of a peanut note, but no, for me this is toasted pecans along with that caramel. So let's try a little bit over ice. It does bring out some of that sweetness, even a little bit more. Toasted pecans. That's the flavor I'm getting. So that's been a pretty good bourbon. So we are going to try now this Angel's Envy, and I've been real excited to try this. So let's go ahead and give it a sniff. This is the first time. It's real pleasant, almost a floral note. Let's try that. It's a real kind of a buttery caramel mouthfeel. And I'm tasting that caramel taste, but I'm not really getting anything else just yet. And with me, it takes a while. And I'll probably have to drink this thing down to about here before I can tell you what notes I'm getting, because it just takes me a while to get comfortable with the bourbon and get the notes to come out. Maybe a little fruit. I guess it's stone fruit they say, which is a fruit with a pit. So like a peach pear kind of thing. I think I might be tasting a little bit of that, but it's a little hard to say. I probably need to drink a lot more of it before I can tell you for sure. Let's try a little over ice. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, I'm getting a little stone fruit notes. And they say that the reason they call it angel envy is because the angel share of bourbon is the evaporative, the amount that evaporates out during the whenever it's aging, and that the Hendersons said when they first tasted the first batches that the angels would be jealous that they didn't get more, they didn't take more of a share. So that's why I call it angel's envy. That's a pretty good story. Okay. And the angel story is a little bit appropriate. Something you don't know about me is I was actually fronted a blues band in the 90s in Richmond, Virginia, and just found out last week that our lead guitarist just had a heart attack and passed away. It was real quick, but it just goes to show you gotta live life to the fullest, which he did, and live every day like it could be your last. But don't want to get anybody down or anything, but would like you to try some good bourbon. And if you want to try something, try to improve your palate, take a bourbon, drink it, taste it, see what you're tasting, what you're smelling, what kind of notes you get. Drink it for about a week or two, and then come back and do another tasting and say, okay, has your palate changed? Has your palate improved? Are you tasting anything different? And come along with me on this journey. You don't have to do this bourbon, but bourbon that you like or bourbon you'd like to try. If you'd like another bourbon you'd like for me to try, just leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. But so enjoy the bourbon that you like and enjoy it the way you like to drink it. And in the meantime, drink responsibly and enjoy. This is for you, Ron.